How much money does this guy have? Like, can't you seize his assets? Like, what does he have that gives him any authority anymore? It's an old question, but it's a question that's valuable right to the end. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back to another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny. We just watched a episode, and we're watching a second one now. Sorry, it occurred to me we were having a conversation between the episodes that I thought we should get recording, so I thought, let's get back into it, because there's the element of the previous comment that said that something would happen, and I didn't know if it was going to be in that episode or this episode maybe, that I would find confusing and would need to be explained. And we were discussing the fact that some things are dumb and questionable, and things are just dumb and it's like, okay, that happened. And the dumb questionable thing was obviously Kisaka. Like, his whole thing raises more questions than the thing it's supposed to answer for. But the dumb thing that's just like, okay, is like they have bases all over the place. And what were you saying just a moment ago about that?
I mean, I want to say that basically it's questionable and it's dumb. And it's like, why are these people actually cooperating with Lacus? Because it's Lacus? Because they sign up to the party shit? Like, who wants to join the Lacus party? Yay! You know, and never question what the other character was doing.
To be fair, that is Arthur.
Yeah, Lacus is like, hey, I'm here. You guys want to build me some mobile suits? Like, sure, why not? Who's going to pay for that? I have the platinum card. Don't worry about it. You know, it's like, what's going on here? Oh, we were not, the one piece of investigation we got is one guy who, by the way, second command, couldn't be anyone else, goes into this old space station, finds some books. It's like, hey, I found some evidence. You could have done that like 5 episodes ago. Unless you were looking for the space station, couldn't find it. Yes, I know space is big. But, if you do a search...
They've actually been to Mendel Station before. They know where it is.
Yeah. If you use a telescope and looking for a specific shape, I think you're going to find it,
Well, I mean, to answer your question about why they follow Lacus, here's the thing. Is you've gotten the movie version of the first season.
Yeah.
Which means that you got, like... The only Siegel Klein that you got was him getting shot to death. Siegel Klein was the peaceful ruler... the peaceful council chairman and everything like that, pushing all of these ideas. We got a bunch of scenes of him, like, not a lot, but mostly him talking to Patrick about differing points of view about what should be done, why we're doing this. The whole, our genetics thing is going poorly, so we don't have, like, it's hard to raise a 4th generation of kids. A lot of Siegel shit to point out what the politics of the situation is. Lacus is just his daughter. Lacus is a idol who can maybe parrot some of the shit that he says, but his is the whole basis of belief. Siegel Klein is not he's not a member of the Klein faction. He was the leader of the Klein faction, and now they're like...
I mean, I can see her taking over, because she does seem to have, it is hinted at that she has political acumen, but we don't see it in action. That's the problem.
That's the difference between Kigali and Lacus, is that Kigali has political authority granted to her by the state. Essentially, shit does get passed down, apparently, through the bloodline. Like, you were related to the last ruler, that makes you de facto ruler. Whereas Lacus is just like, she was a pop idol, so she's clearly good at talking to people. But you know what happened? Her dad died, she got evacuated, and everyone was just like, yeah, you're still in charge. As though there was no secondary political leader in path. Eileen Canaver, I keep bringing her up, was part of the the Klein faction, to the point that she gets ousted alongside of Klein and made an enemy of the state. And apparently survived to sign the peace accords and everything, because it looks like that's her. So, what the fuck happened to her? Why isn't she in charge? She, apparently, the act of doing so pushed her out of power as well. So she had to pay the price for these other people to live in peace and freedom. But Lacus just gets to ride those coattails, I guess, of her father's peaceful desires. Anyway, The second thing that you had brought up, we were talking about, was these bases still exist. And again, the dumb part from me therein is that they locked up the Freedom under their house. They locked up the Archangel under their house. The moment that they had to unlock it, we had this like moment between them. Like, do you really want to do this? Are we going to go down that path again? Like, this was never supposed to happen. So these other people on the other bases that have been manning this stuff have just been like
waiting around.
Yeah, waiting for what though? Because if they were never supposed to unlock these things ever again, were we just supposed to like live and die down here? Who's paying? Where's the food coming from? Where's the money coming from? The supplies? Where are the supplies coming from?
Mm-hmm.
And why? I feel like there's an element here that people don't understand, that things cost money, and that money doesn't come from nowhere. So that if these people are being constantly supplied to upkeep these bases in the off chance that they're ever needed again, in the fact that you're sitting on top of the war machines that these bases are meant to operate and supply, that you're just wasting money. Like, does Lacus not care about poor people? Like, this propaganda is fucking easy to write. Well, Lacus is wasting how many billions of dollars on these high-cost war machines and the bases around the world that need to staff and supplies, everything. How many people in Orb could have been fed, clothed, housed? How many people across the world? How many of these people we see suffering under the Alliance could she not have? This is the Bruce Wayne argument, basically.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne wants to fight crime. The Wayne Foundation could have been spending that money better. Lacus is doing what? That's what I said. It's dumb if you think about it for too long.
It feels like, we need... It feels like, because if we had... Again, and see, just being sitting in the chair, he was going like talking to people. It's like, hey, that guy, putting the band back together. At least have that scene. Like, we have these suspicions. Like, yeah, I know something about Durandal. If we seen that instead of like, we just found a notebook. It was like, okay, she actually did want to investigate. Had connections. She was operating from a secret location because she doesn't want to be found. Okay, I understand that. They go out, they talk to people. It's like, yeah, I know. I've been investigating about Durandal's past. I seen I have suspicions about how those original Gundams got this. We kept tracking the investigation. When they did the original investigation, they about who the breakfall thing, because they supposedly the zaft did an investigation, the plants. Like, yeah, they skip over some things of where these rocket motors came from, because they made a big deal about the rocket motors, right? They were all rocket motors. But I found that there was a secret. If they'd been doing that, I was like, okay, you're finding stuff. Maybe I don't believe in the conclusions. Maybe you leave me a little off the spec, but at least you're showing them something. I was like, oh no, he's gonna take over. He's gonna beat up the people who have addresses and are poisoning and killing the world. And we don't like that for some reason.
See, I feel like I would have gone with what you were doing there, but I would have gone like spy thriller. Like, she goes back to the plants, but she's constantly trying to be out in public all the time, because that way Durandal can't openly make a move against her. Or, just constantly doing the investigations that you're talking about, but also like, then you go back to the hotel at night, and Durandal goes to make a move, but maybe I'm talking about Three's Company now. Realize that the spy thrillers in my head are turning into sitcoms. So it'll be like, then he tries to make a move against her, but then she actually invites the news reporters to come to her hotel that night to make sure that they're always being watched by somebody that would prevent Durandal from doing things. No, actually, I'm thinking of Archer. Yeah, because it would be an Archer situation to have a bunch of assassins walking around in your house trying to pretend not to be trying to assassinate you because the news is there and they don't want to be trying to kill you in front of the news. Anyway, spy thriller.
I mean, still a good idea. She could have used if she's so famous that she can't hide, then she could have used that. And also was like, we don't like the fact that there's a mirror. Well, introduce the doubt. Who is this person? Why is she pretending to be me? And, make it a big tabloid thing. And while people are like, the tabloids, there's two Lacuses, her people actually working behind the scenes, right? That could be a good distraction.
Again, there's so many ways you could have done this, but they just sat on it for a bunch of episodes, and they did multiple repeat fights. So we didn't need the second fight where the Archangel interferes. That's episodes and buildup of those episodes that could have been spent dealing with
Yeah.
Lacus, and I hope the
Yeah, 'cause-
payoff that we were told was going to come for Lacus had just been sitting on her ass this whole time. Wasn't just Walt Field's second in command finding a book.
Mhm. Yeah, but this is what I feel like. I feel, you talk about Batman, I feel like one of those covers where when heroes meet for the first time, they always fight, because that's very exciting. Want to see which is the strongest hero. I mean, it doesn't make sense because they're ostensibly on the same side and want to ally themselves,
Our
right?
political beliefs are represented by fists.
Yeah, it's like this whole series, a lot of this series was, how can we make this character fight this character? But why are they fighting? Because this character did a dumb thing. Okay, let's make
Don't
that
worry
character
about
do
that
a dumb
now. We'll
thing.
figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Did a
I
dumb
forgot to
thing.
figure it out. Well, they're gonna fight anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, we need this guy to win, but we don't want to kill this other character. Okay, we're going to fake out the death of this guy. It's like, we wanted Shin to fight Kira. Okay, he did that. We wanted Shin to fight Atherin. We did that, right? It just keeps, like, it seems that these fights exist just to exist, right? Like, hey, it looks good on the cover. Look at Batman punching out Superman. And when people are like, Superman just feels like, leave me alone, right? Go on. Just grab him by the cape and toss him. Like, nah, just leave me
I
alone.
remember those videos from back when the Batman vs Superman came out. It was like the 5 ways Batman could beat Superman, the 100 ways Superman could beat Batman. It's like, number 1, right fist. Number 2, left fist. Number 3, flying off into space and living a good life.
Yeah.
He's gonna outlive him, right? So it's like,
yeah, just grab him by the cape and go like, be gone, Satan. Just
I
leave
mean,
me
I guess
alone.
that's the thing, though. It always has to be a convoluted way Batman can win versus Superman would just not fight. Because, I mean, that was the movie, right? Literally, we need to talk. Bam, kryptonite to the face. We could stop fighting me already. We need it. Bam, kryptonite to the face. It's like, Superman doesn't want to fight you.
Yeah, but you still want to do it. It kind of feels contrived. It feels contrived like that, right? It's like, oh, we're gonna have. They failed the first time. Well, they're gonna try again because we need to have that second Kira, out to fight. But no, and this time we're gonna have Atherin fight Kira because Atherin says something about his sister, twin sister, and that pisses him off. So they're gonna fight. They don't want to kill each other, but they're still gonna fight anyway. Like.
Yeah, no, I brought that up as my note from that, how stupid that was.
Yeah, so, that thing,
I'm a pacifist, but your words have angered me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are all my thoughts going in. Just want to carry over that conversation we were having unrecorded, so.
Yeah.
All right, anything else from you?
Happens. No.
All right, well, so let's go ahead and hop on in and see where this goes.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I haven't seen Yazik in forever. Or Durka.
Yeah. I mean, Yazik wasn't very happy about the orders either.
Well, he was angry that other people weren't taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, this is an important operation. Imagining the destroyer that he destroyed as the one that Stella was in. No, he's just remembering the other thing. Okay. I was making it more interesting than he was.
Yeah.
Or I guess he's been suppressing his memories.
Yeah.
I care so much that I was already walking away before.
I guess dry his sweat.
I don't know. I get real dry throat in the middle of the night, so
No, I mean the towel. What was the towel?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
分かってるよ。それは分かってるさ。ただ、
I don't think those would be very effective cups.
I mean, it's supposed to be space cup, I think?
Yeah, it's the fact that the straw only goes straight down the middle. So if you had any, like, drinks
Yeah.
left on the sides, it'd constantly be still caught in there.
ヘブンズベース戦での功績をたたえ、新アスカにネビュラ勲章を授与するものとする。
What's it for? I don't know. It's nebulous.
おめでとう。二つ目だな。いや、全く素晴らしい。
ありがとうございます。
Arthur. You're the best
Yeah.
of me.
新アスカとレイザーバレルに。
議長。
不服かね？
いえ、そんなことありません。
But it is a matter of fact that I just killed the last one, so does it mean I get to keep what I kill?
どうかそれを誇りとし、今この瞬間を裏切ることなく。
Setting him
Talia
up
did
so
not,
that
in
he can
fact, calm
defy.
down.
Yeah, but setting him up to defy orders from Talia if Talia doesn't.
光栄です。ベストを尽くします。俺、いえ。
Yeah, because the last thing Shin would ever do was defy orders.
True.
So yeah, it didn't matter much. Literally, we've already forgiven Shin for previously defying orders. And Rei.
おめでとうしん。
ありがとうございます。
ほんとすごいよしん。二つ目なんて。
いや、
君が何も言わないのも怖いな、タリア。
失礼しますわ。
You might remember this
Yes,
from
I
when I
don't-
left you for another man last time.
絶対何か一言あると覚悟していたんだがね。
何を今さら。言いたいことは山ほどありますが、迂闊に言えることでもないので黙ってるんです。聞く気がないのなら放っておいていただきたいわ。
聞く気がない。
You told her to be quiet. She's following orders.
明
To calm down.
メイリンホーク撃墜の件、私はまだ納得したわけではありません。
分かってるさ、それも。だが、議長。なんだ。
ロード・ジブリールの所在が分かりました。カーペンタリア情報部からの報告です。
Perfect hearing. We know coordinators got those.
で、彼はどこに？
オーブです。
I mean, legitimately, the only thing we ever hear from Carpentera Base is stuff about Orb.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because, Carpentera Base is in Australia. Or New Zealand. It's one of the two.
It would be the closest to Japan. It would be the Pacific base.
Yeah, I know. It's just
That
like,
would be the
we've got a whole
jurisdiction.
worldwide operation of intelligence, but we only ever hear... when Orb was attacked, it's Carpentera Base responding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know why that happens.
It's the same
No, that's-
opening.
She has,
I know,
but it's
but
like she has boobs. I
Background
guess.
to naked women is the
Yeah.
openings of Gundam. It's just an always thing.
Mhm.
I
Is
guess,
it?
except for the
79 didn't have them.
Yeah, but that was like back in 1979. That
Yeah.
would have been weird. I don't even know if they
And
could have animated
Origins-
that right.
Or did Origins have naked women as intro?
I legit can't even remember what the Origin intro was.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
think
that's
so.
right, because Origin didn't have intros. It had
Yeah,
recaps.
Eagle
It had
didn't.
hour-long recaps. Now, the thing is
Eagle
about
didn't have them.
the thing about
Was good
Origin
thing,
is the
yeah,
elongated version of Origin, the Rise of the Red
Uh-huh.
Comet, the 24-minute episode versions. Those had openings. Because I know
Oh, okay.
they celebrated like the 40th anniversary of Gundam with a special opening for
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
the fifth, the two episodes that comprise the fifth episode of Origin. Because I know
Mhm.
that one has that special song from
Yeah.
Gundam that I have no context for yet.
hmm
But yeah, I guess I was wrong about Jibril going to the moon. But we're still a moon base, so I guess we still have one more place for Jibril to retreat to. I'm gonna guess 5 episodes from now.
Yeah. I'm guessing this is just an issue to attack.
本当か、それは。
ああ、間違いない。そしてそれはもうザフトにも知れたようだ。すでにオノブロ沖合にカーペンタリアより走
But again, this is a justified attack.
Mm.
なぜそんな。
Yeah, clearly though, why Wudunato? Because he was the smarter of the two Sirens. His was the one that the whole argument was, we're doing this for the safety of Orb.
それをかくまおうというのは到底許せるものではない。すでにカーペンタリアからこちらの要求を携えた艦隊が出動しているが、万一に備えて。
Yeah, Shin should have some real heavy thoughts about this one though, because this is literally everything he's fought against. Although he hasn't already stated he doesn't give a shit about Orb anymore.
こちらも本気だということを示さねば交渉にもならん。ミネルヴァは足自慢だろう。
Hey, they did say negotiate.
戦で疲れているところ、本当にすまないと思うがね。だが頼むよ、グラディス艦長。
The one failing of Durandal is he does not understand when people are grimacing at him. Atherin did it, and he's like, I don't understand. Let's keep going. Oh, that's fair. He might be going to Orb specifically for their orbital launch thing. They literally are. We have photographic evidence. Logos camp, they call it.
オーブはユニウス7の剣があるまでは友好国として親しくしてきた国だ。それを思うと残念でならないが。 だが我々もこの度の件に関しては一歩も引くことはできん。ロゴスの暗躍、これ以上は許さん。今度こそ必ず彼を抑えるのだ。
Again, it's not unreasonable. Can't, however, ignore the fact he is the one who brings up the Jaina 7 incident himself out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I guess the people of Orb aren't willing to go all revolutionary like everybody else in the world was to find this guy.
なるべく急いでもらえないかしら。間に合わなかったら話にならないわ。アスランさん。おいおい、そんなんでジタバタしたってしょうがないだろう。おとなしく寝てろって。
At this point, Atherin is like competing with Lunamaria for how long a person can stay injured.
Yeah.
Well, she was. I mean, Lunamaria was injured for multiple episodes.
もうちょっとは物の分かった人間ならね、すぐに見抜くはずだ。あんなデュランダルの欺瞞は。奴の支配する世界などになったら、あなた方も居場所はない。まあ心配せずとも我らはすぐに反撃に出る。
Yeah, every counterattack you do fails.
私が空に上がりレクイエムが流れれば。
Oh, the Requiem. Yeah.
When he leaves Earth, I'll leave the Earth and we'll kill him there. How much money does this guy have? Like, can't you seize his assets? Like, what does he have that gives him any authority anymore? It's an old question, but it's a question that's valuable right to the end.
Oh, these guys are.
Yeah, when in doubt, lie.
Yeah.
一主権国家としての我が国の尊厳を著しく侵害する行為として大変遺憾に思う。
You know, for irony's sake, he should just let only the Alliance part of the forces attack Orb right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's Kagali actually getting pissed off.
At Yuna.
Yeah.
Her husband.
Mm.
Again, I'm on Durandal's side here.
Yeah, but I don't. The Saiyans are just being
Yeah,
stupid.
legitimately, you're getting everything you ever wanted. You
Yeah, but I don't
literally
want the
want the
people of Orb.
Syrians dragged through the streets, and we're getting close to that.
Yeah, but I don't want people of Orb to suffer. That's one. Because I feel they're gonna fight.
Well, you know, at some point, it's your responsibility for what your leaders do. We've seen
Yeah.
every other country in the world, you know, storm whatever has to be the strongest defended buildings in the countries and shoot these people dead. What a prescient show this is for the current age.
どう展開している？避難などの状況は？
まだ動いていないわ。避難勧告も出ていない。それどころか、おのごろ沖がこうなってることすら市民には知らせ
I guess you're fucked if you haven't been watching the news. But I guess that also implies that they're not even mounting a defense. Because once you start seeing the defense operation going on, no, I guess it's just Zaft showing up.
Oh, there it goes.
Well, it's the Syrian's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, they didn't even, like, mobilize their own military to defend themselves.
Yeah.
モビルスーツ軍展開数40進行してきます阻害した敵軍の進行が始まっているというのになぜまだ何の命令もないのでありますか
Maybe
市民の避難も行政府を呼び続
Maybe the Saiyans are just gonna allow him to be taken.
Or no, maybe they're just allowing themselves to be run over. Oh no, we're going with incompetence. Okay.
嘘だと知ってるからですよ政府はなぜあんな馬鹿げた回答をしたのです
だって昔アークエンジェルの時には
あの時とは政府も状況も違います
Well, you're a moron.
What's that? Incompetence.
Yeah.
うるさいほらとにかくこっちも防衛体制を取るんだよ護衛艦軍出動
Yeah, we're not like the idiots in the Alliance. We don't know why we want to die for this guy. Oh, no, never mind. We're doing what you say anyway. I tell you what would be the best thing to do right now. If you wanted to steal a high-priced piece of military machinery, just launch and never come back. If there's one thing the show has shown us so far, it's real easy to hide something. Specific camera angle for one reason. The boo jiggle. We've literally built a new Gundam. And it's made of gold. That's how much we don't care about people anymore.
だから行くのはいいけど、その前に泉様の言葉を聞いてと言いたいの。
お父様の。
そう、遺言を。
Lost opportunity.
Oh, this is a... Yeah.
Lost opportunity. She slapped her in the first season. Opportunity here. Slap her again. Calm down. Listen to what we have to say.
この扉開かれる日の来ぬことを切に願う。
この扉が開かれる日。それはこのオーブが再び炎に包ま
Why didn't you open this door when Orb was getting attacked in the season 1?
Yeah.
そしてこれが封印されていた。
He literally sacrificed himself by blowing himself up in fire rather than whatever this is.
Yeah.
黄金のモビルスーツ
カガリ
お父様
もしもお前が力を欲する日来たればその気球に応
Alba.
えて私はこれを送ろう教えられなかったことは多くあるがお前が学ぼうとさえすればそれは必ずやお前を愛し支えてくれる人々から受け取ることができるだろう故に私はただ一つこれのみを送る
I could teach you to be a good statesman. So here's a Gundam.
Well, here's the thing. If I was a citizen of a country where my leader showed up in a full golden armor set, I would fucking hate them. Even if they saved me, I would hate them. What are you doing with all of our money? Where's the social reform programs? Where's the social safety net? Gold fucking Gundam.
I suspect that life in orb is not that bad.
Are you saying it's
But
so good that everyone's life is so great that we melted down Fort Knox and turned it into a Gundam? There's no excuse. Also, in a very real aspect, gold is a weak metal. So...
I think it's just gold coating, I guess? It doesn't make sense.
Still expensive.
Automotive maneuver, I guess.
Again, they're really resting on the goodwill of her dad. But that speech wasn't as good as any other speech he's ever given. Granted, post-mortem speeches... Actually, post-mortem speeches are usually more impactful. Cool. Is he gonna get Patrick Solid or is he gonna get Girand?
I think he's gonna get Girand.
So regardless of the reason why, they are moving to defend Gibraltar.
Yeah.
加えてアンノウンモビルスーツ1村雨と共にこちらへ向かってきます。
なんだあれは。黄金の。
私は渦見ならアスハの子、カガリユラアスハ。国防本部、聞こえるか。突然のことで真偽を問われるかもしれないが、指揮官と話したい。どうか。
You mean as you've done every other time before?
来てくれたんだね、マイアニー。ありがとう、僕の女神。指揮官は僕だよ。言うな。私を本物とオーブ連合市長国代表。
Oh, tricking him because he's a fucking idiot.
もちろん。僕にはちゃんとわかるさ。
Arrest him.
命令により拘束させていただきます。
That was good. Oh, nice. Nice. I like that.
Glad you made us hate you right before this. Again, though. Okay, at least this makes some sense. I don't know, maybe communicate with the Zaft forces, though, that you're taking control and you're trying to get Gibraltar in hand, so they'll stop fighting. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't make much sense to me either. Just showing up doesn't automatically give you a tactical advantage.
Oh, once and for all?
It's one guy's opinion.
ジンリールはまだ見つからないようだな。なかなか頑固に抵抗されているようだ。
Again, communication.
Yeah.
Communicate with Zaft to say you don't need to fight us. We've taken control of the government again, and we're trying to get rid of Gibraltar. You're operating on the past government say-so by fighting. Also, why didn't she call for the arrest of his dad? Because his dad's still an official in the government, too.
Because you have to have those fights. Fight has to happen.
It doesn't, though.
I mean, you and I know that doesn't make any sense, but...
You know, as a faith officer, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't have to, because it didn't matter what you think either. But technically, Kigali could call for a ceasefire because they're going to try and do this, and then Shin, as a faith agent, could still do the fight on his own. It still wouldn't make much sense, but at least it doesn't, like... Everything didn't have to fall apart like this. There's no way Kigali beats Shin.
No. I mean, she can go see too, right?
She has once. But literally, Shin is in the most powerful mobile suit ever created. Are you saying that one that was made before Azumi died is better than all of the advancements made by Zaft in all of the years since?
Well, I mean, years, only like a couple of months.
No, it's been 2 years.
That's not a lot of time.
It's more than 2 months. And also, it is a lot of time. They've literally developed way more powerful mobile suits since back then. Literally, there's nothing back then other than the freedom and the justice that could stand up to these new mobile suits. And we already know that this one is supposed to be stronger than the freedom or the justice.
I don't know. Yeah, they're forcing the fight, basically.
But literally, she should have called for the Zaft forces to try and make a negotiation or agreement, because literally she, at the very least, she said that they're going to try and capture Gibraltar.
Yeah.
そして真を知っている。その時一番よく知るはずの自分は、撃たれても潰せぬ夢は今新たなる力となってよみがえる。次回機動戦士ガンダムシードデスティニー、自由と正義と一陣の風となれドム。
So the new Black Tri-Stars are going to show up, and I'm going to guess, much like the original Black Tri-Stars, die in 1 to 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So surprising how much attention they got in Origin, considering how long they actually lasted.
True.
But you know, I was saying, they should negotiate for a ceasefire to jointly try and take Gibraltar in, and that way there's no reason to fight. The fact that they're counterattacking now, instead of trying to stand down, is the reason that the fight is going to keep going on. But as I mentioned, Shin, being a faith member, can attack all he wants anyway, until Durandal calls him back. So, making it a matter that goes to Durandal, rather than fighting Shin face-to-face, is what should happen. But then again, she's the commander-in-chief now, and she's engaged with Shin. So, it ain't gonna happen. And Shin should win.
Again, this is just forcing the fights, basically. Fights are gonna have to happen because we want these fights to happen, right?
I don't.
I mean, when I say we, I mean the writers.
Well, the writers think that we want. I don't know if the writers want this. There could be mandate, you know, but I assume that they think all we care about is cool-looking mobile suit fights. And I've stated a number of times, I don't really care, because the mobile suit fights just push a thing that they want to happen, right?
I mean, part of making a cool fight is that it has a reason to be cool in the first place, right? Give me a reason why you're fighting and try to make it cool. I want to feel pathos. I want to feel dread. I want to feel excitement. I want to feel all the feels, right? That's what makes it exciting. It's just two machines fighting. It's like I play a video game. I don't,
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be two machines fighting. But like the coolest fight that I remember in Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny is literally the Kira versus Atheron one, because I knew what the stakes were. Obviously, I don't care for the after effect where they just both fucking survive. Actually, I don't have a problem with Atheron surviving because he gets the "I'm gonna get out of here" and jets off real quick, and the explosion pushes him further along. So I at least have the out of like he got out of his suit. Kira surviving is the thing I have a problem with. But that's stakes, right? it's like, oh, these are two like main characters. My presumption is that neither of them is going to die. Fuck it, neither of them does die. But there's weight to this. There's like an isolation effect that they're nowhere around anybody else. There actually shit happening. Like every other fight, it's like, oh, just done real quick, boom, your leg's gone. You know, it doesn't matter. But this is like, oh, you lost your arms, but oh, you're not done. You know, you're sliced open his cockpit. It's like the legit, we're losing things bit by bit, and the fight's not over until one of us goes down. Very impactful, very weightful. The ending fucking sucks because nobody cares to like put stakes in anything as they really should. But the idea that they could have died, but it's like that's the first stake to the heart of nobody actually dies in the show. I mean, obviously people do die, but no one the writers think you should side with or care about. Yeah. But I just don't care that much, especially with the turnover rate on Gundams here. It's like, I'm trying to keep track of which Gundam is more powerful than the other, and I'm having to base that on, well, Durandal said this is the most powerful Gundam in existence, and all the Gundams being used are either stolen from Zaft or based on Zaft mobile suits, so I have to think that he knows which one's the most powerful stolen and not stolen Zaft mobile suit. So
either way, I mean, this feels more like I want to sell toys, basically. Let's just have new Gundams, because those are Gunpla kits, I guess.
Yeah, it's really hard to base a political drama on toy sales.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. I prefer the mystery, the political drama, and in all cases, they make all the wrong decisions on all matters. Like we already discussed, the Lacus doesn't investigate anything. The Archangel doesn't investigate anything. They don't go back to Orb, which would be the political drama. You know, this could have been
now
an
they
origin.
Are back in Orb, but yeah.
Well, this could have been an origin making. You know, an origin we cover all like the political, the character interpersonal reactions, people investigating stuff. This could have been sort of that, right? They go back to Orb, they do the political thing. I was like, oh no, Eunice acting against me behind the scenes, but he's emotionally manipulating me in front of everybody. Plus, I have to put up this act in front of the public for some reason. But then maybe I discover that I don't actually have to.
Like I said, I think
they
could have this before. Stuff. I think this could have been a good show if it's something, oh, we are at peace, but there's still tension between the two groups, and it escalates, right? Until finally you have, instead of having the world break thing happen in the 3rd or 4th episode, happen in the 10th or 15th. Like, oh shit, there goes the stakes, right? And everybody's like, what's Durandal doing? Is Durandal a good guy or a bad guy? What is Jibril doing? What is Orb doing? What about, everybody's doing, and then you finally get the fights. It's like, no, we have to get to the war as soon as possible. And then figured it out, right?
Well, I mean, at least in season 1, the war made sense. They were going back and forth over locations and things that they needed. Like, they attacked Orb because they needed the orbital lift thing, right? It's like, okay, I know why you're doing this, and it makes sense that you're defending yourself because you're in this position because of political pressure and the threat to your own people, not inherent incompetence.
Yeah. And cowardice.
Well, again, this is like, okay, a joke character is in charge of the government. And it's like, okay, sure. Doesn't make sense. Literally, room full of people. He's literally saying, oh, this is actually going to be your fault if we fail.
Yeah.
No one's armed? No one?
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense.
I mean, they really wanted to punch him in the face, right? They didn't just grab him. They were like, the first thing that happened was somebody just dunked him in the face because that was, I guess it was for the audience. The audience, I wanted to see
for you. It was literally just for you.
It's for me. Just for me. And everybody disliked Yuna.
Well, I have to assume that his dad is escaping with Jibril.
With Jibril, yeah.
Because that's the conversation him and Jibril have, and then Yuna's just too dumb to figure that out. But like I said before, it's his dad that has all the actual logical points about why to side with the Alliance versus Zaft. I mean, I didn't agree with a lot of them, but they made logical sense, and they weren't based on, oh, you're just being super emotional. Are you too dumb? You're not supposed to argue in a group of people like this. And he's just like, well, no, these are the reasons we have to bend the knee, giving up our own pride for the safety of our people. And it's Yuna that's making all the bad decisions. Yeah, well, again, he's now escaping. I have to assume escaping with Jibril, because I don't know what the fuck he's doing otherwise.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like, I've given up all authority, or I've given up everything. So the only chance I have left is going with this guy, which maybe could have been compelling if they did that for like the Alliance soldiers. Like, oh shit, I've committed a bunch of war crimes. My only chance is if these guys win. You know, the zombie argument at the end of Origin. We're all going to hit the gallows if we don't win this thing. So better fight like your life depends on it, because it does. That would be a great thing to give some sort of like base Alliance soldiers some concept. Like, obviously you're never going to side with them, because from that point of view, you're siding with the racists and the worst of the Alliance
and
people.
War criminals and genocidal maniacs,
because they would have to be the Blue Cosmos of the Alliance. They have to be the guys who just really wanted to kill people. You know, everybody was just there for the fun of it. So, but it would explain it at least. You know, God, there was that episode of Babylon 5 where they kicked off all of the political officers. I can't remember. They were the Night Watch. They kicked all the Night Watch off the station, and you have the hidden Night Watch officers who are talking about how they tortured the Minbari during the war, and you know, this is how we're gonna get Sheridan, that Minbari loving son of a bitch. And it's like, okay, I don't like these guys, but I completely know where they're coming from, so that whenever they make a future judgment, I know where that's gonna happen, where it's coming from.
Yeah,
these are just like, why are you here? You don't even look like you're scared. I don't even know why. Are you scared that the whole of the world is coming down on you? Because it doesn't look like you are.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm giving up on this show redeeming itself. Hopefully the movie will do something. I'm seeing it to the end because I want to see how it ends. But it's like watching a series of card wrecks. You see the first one, it's like, damn. And the second one's like, Jesus Christ.
Can't agree with you on this point. Like, literally, I love the Demolition Derby. Literally, watching car wrecks, I could do it all day.
Wait, that's deliberate. I'm talking about like being in the side of this highway and watching one car. Like, dang,
my favorite sequence in Final Destination is literally the car wreck sequence. It's like the greatest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, also, your example does not apply, because in the real world, I'm not getting off on watching a bunch of people die in a car wreck on the side of the road.
I mean, I wouldn't be getting it off. That's a problem, because I'm like, this is bad.
Obviously, there's a humorous way I could take what you just said, but I'm not going to. I'm just saying, it's called rubbernecking for a reason. People are attracted to disaster, but
so the first one would be impactful, but by the fifth or the sixth one, I'm like, yeah, no, this is just too much.
Well, to be fair, the first one should have been a shock, and you shouldn't be super excited to see real life car wrecks. That's why my examples were all fictional. You were like watching standing on the side of the road. By the seventh, I'm less excited. It's like, well, that's actual people you're talking about. You shouldn't be excited at all. You should literally be calling the phone with the paramedics and something.
I've seen a lot of horrible. We don't have the time to go into specifics. It's anyway. So that's what's this episode.
All right. Well, I don't really have any final thoughts. I've just been adding to yours the whole way through.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?